Tonight on our news, a 15-year-old boy is in custody for stabbing his older brother. We've got the details from police. And delay. The police commissioner explains why the 2023 crime report is about 2 months behind. We've got that answer. Plus, the retirement age for Bahamas Air pilots is about to increase, and the pilots union is in agreement. And then in our news at 7:30, voters react to boat registration amendments. They say it's long overdue. Our news live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to our news live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Berthany McDermott, sitting in for Candino Knowles. 2 men are dead tonight as police probe a deadly fire on board a vessel moored at Half Moon Key in Eleuthera. Police telling us this afternoon 2 crew members died as a result of the blaze, which has since been extinguished. For more on this, be sure to visit ournews.bs. Well, still in Eleuthera, a 25-year-old man is dead, and police say his teen brother is a suspect in the tragic slaying. Police say the killing unfolded just after 8 p.m. in Upper Bogue, Eleuthera, as the 15-year-old and his older brother were driving. During the drive, they got into an argument, and once the car stopped, police claim the 15-year-old pulled out a sharp object and stabbed his brother in the upper body. The older brother jumped out of the car, but he didn't make it far after collapsing and dying just feet away from the car. The teen was taken into custody and is being questioned by investigators. This latest stabbing brings the murder count to 33 for the year as the public still awaits the release of the Royal Bahamas Police Force's annual crime report for 2023, which is about 3 months behind schedule. So why the delay? I sought to get answers from the police commissioner. He says the report was already done.
The stats has already been completed. We have already compiled it, and between now and early next week, I'll make a decision how I will present it to the public.
It's customary for the Commissioner of Police to release his annual report revealing crime stats for the year before and any notable trends. Nearly 4 months into 2024, and that report hasn't been officially released yet. It's normally revealed within the first 2 months of the new year. In 2023, Police Commissioner Clayton Fernando delivered the 2022 annual report on January 27, 2023.
Straighten up, or we are coming for you.
In 2022, former Commissioner of Police Paul Roll released these numbers on February 17, 2022.
We recorded 119 homicides in 2021, including 104 in New Providence, 12 in Grand Bahama, and 3 in the Family Islands district.
And in 2021, Roll released these statistics on January 18, 2021 for the year 2020.
Preliminary figures indicate that overall crime for the year 2020 decreased by 16%.
Back in January this year, National Security Minister Wayne Munro told a local daily that overall crime was down 20%, but that rapes were up 11%. Weeks later, Fernando gave this reason why the stats were delayed.
We know the start of the year, we were challenged with a number of matters and focusing on that.
Amid heavy criticism, acting Prime Minister Chester Cooper joining the chorus defending the Prime Minister's travel. Cooper says running a country demands respect from international partners and world leaders. He took a dig at former Foreign Affairs Minister Darren Henfield, who he says hardly left the country, suggesting it hindered his success as foreign minister.
Clearly, the work of the Minister of Foreign Affairs cannot be done sitting at a desk in the Bahamas, because his responsibility is one of building relationship with countries around the world. You might also contrast the work of our Prime Minister, who stands with presidents. He sits with kings. He sat at the table with the Vice President of the United States.
Prime Minister Philip Davis is in Botswana with a delegation the opposition criticized as too large. Well, Henfield quickly responding to Cooper, saying the many trips by the current administration are a waste of taxpayer dollars and aren't producing results.
Hear us out there saying that we have a voice in climate change. We have a voice not even with what's going on in Israel and Gaza. We have a voice in Haiti. But I have not seen much return, if any. And that's a good question to put to them. I've not seen much return, if any, on the amount of investment that we have made into travel since this government has come to office. I've not seen it. And I doubt any Bahamians have either.
Coming up in our news at 7:30, F&M leader Michael Pintard weighs in on the Prime Minister's travel and reveals how he declined the invite to that state visit to Botswana. It's time now for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is standing by in the Weather Center. Greg.
Yeah, thanks, Bertha. And a happy Friday evening, everybody. A very unsettled weather pattern setting up for us across the northwestern portions of the central Bahamas as we speak. Showers and thunderstorms moving across that area, but it is partly to mostly cloudy outside. 77 degrees is our current temperature, and it is very breezy. Winds are out of the east-southeast at 20 miles per hour, and your field slate temperature is at 76. Temperatures around the islands, it's 73 in Freeport, 76 over in Marsh Harbor, Abaco, Governor's Harbor, pick up 78s, Alistown, Bimini, Nicholstown, Andros, and in Great Harbor Key into the central Bahamas. 78 again in Kemps Bay, Georgetown, and Deadman's Key. Arthurstown, Cat Island, 77, and over in Cubantown, San Salvador, you guys are 71, and into the southeast Bahamas. 80 in Duncantown, Ragged Island, and in Providenciales, Tricks and Caicos. Colonel Hill, Cricket Island, 78, Delectable Bay, and Abrahams Bay, also 78. And you guys in Delectable Bay, you have some showers nearby. Masseytown in Iowa, you are the warm spot at 81. Satellite radar composite showing quite a bit of activity moving across us, a complex weather system setting up for us. Widespread showers and thunderstorms moving into the northwest Bahamas. This is round number 1, and round number 2 is starting to move into the west coast of Florida. We will continue to see those showers and thunderstorms tonight through tomorrow, so we're looking for a very unsettled weather pattern for Saturday. If you plan on doing anything on the outdoors, not advised. Beaching and boating, we're also asking you boaters and beachgoers to stay on shore because it's going to be very windy out there, very rough seas, and we expect that to continue through to Sunday. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us and look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Still to come in our news, Bahamas Air signs a new industrial agreement as the retirement age for pilots is about to change, and the search for Bahamian authors. A local bookstore says they need more local content to stock the shelves. That's coming up when our news returns.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer service that we pride ourselves on.
The retirement age for Bahamas Air pilots has been raised from 60 to 65 to retain valuable expertise. It's just one of the many benefits coming out of the new industrial agreement signed by the Bahamas Air Pilots Association and Bahamas Air this morning. The last agreement expired in December 2022. This new agreement, valued at $500,000, covers overtime, sick days, navigation, production pay, and more. Bahamas Airline Pilots Association President Mark Johnson.
The bone of contention was age 65, however. Bahamas Air's management team and Balpo were able to sit down and decide what works best for the company on this organization. And ultimately, we decided that it would be in both parties' best interest to increase the retirement age to age 65.
Bahamas Air Chairperson Tanya Pratt also revealing the company may even bring back retired pilots.
One of the other things that we were able to agree on, we've had some pilots that have recently retired, and we've come to the agreement to re-engage some of those pilots on a contractual basis, and so that too is worthy of a hand clap. We are still working through it with both legal counsel from the pilot side and from management, Bahamas Air. So we have not completed the contract as yet. So once we will have come up to an agreement, then we will decide on the date when they would be re-engaged.
Owners of a new 100% Bahamian bookstore are on the hunt for Bahamian authors to stock their high street shelves. The store, which will be located in the heart of downtown Nassau on Bay Street, hopes to give Bahamian authors shelf esteem. Co-owner Ella Clark says the store will target both Bahamian and international audiences.
While we are also catering to locals, we are also catering to the tourists that are going to flood Bay Street every day. And so this is a chance for our stories now to get out globally. We may have had a hassle with Amazon, and you have to pay for Amazon advertisement. But with being in our bookstore, your story is now going to have the ability to be shown all throughout the world. And that's why it is a 100% Bahamian bookstore, because we don't need you to be competing with those big brands and those big names. Because the minute someone walks in and they see something from TD Jakes, they're going straight there because that's a known name. We want them to get familiar with the L. Clarks of the world, the BJ Turnquest of the world, and all of the other amazing authors that are in the Bahamas.
Authors interested in reaching out can get in touch through their Facebook page through the pages. The two co-owners are both authors themselves who have collectively published over 70 books. And co-owner Beverly Turnquest wants people to know they're also there to help those who have yet to be published or need help polishing their presentation.
We stand as a company who's going to give authors shelf esteem, and that's what we lack locally. And with that, we are not just going to put you on the shelf. So we're doing something unique. We know how to market your books and push it out there, both locally and internationally. We are probably the most affordable publishing company, and we do one-on-one publishing with those who haven't and those who think it's impossible, those who think it costs so much money. Our Facebook page is Through the Pages, and they can find us on Facebook at this time.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as the Princess of Wales reveals a shocking cancer diagnosis. Plus, the United Nations Security Council failed to pass a resolution calling for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza. And Canada plans to reduce its temporary residents by 20% as it sets a cap on temporary immigration for the first time ever. The details when our news returns.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
This is Our News. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. Britain's Princess of Wales, Kate Middleton, revealing she was undergoing preventative chemotherapy after tests taken following major abdominal surgery in January revealed cancer had been present. The 42-year-old wife of heir to the throne, Prince William, spent 2 weeks in hospital in January after having what her office said at the time was successful planned surgery for a non-cancerous but unspecified condition. King Charles revealed in February that he too was to have cancer treatment, meaning he has had to postpone his public royal duties. After her operation, the palace said Kate would not return to official duties until after Easter. But her absence from public life has provoked intense speculation on social media. In a video statement, Kate called the diagnosis shocking and tough.
It has taken me time to recover from major surgery in order to start my treatment. But most importantly, it has taken us time to explain everything to George, Charlotte and Louis in a way that's appropriate for them and to reassure them that I'm going to be okay. As I've said to them, I am well and getting stronger every day by focusing on the things that will help me heal in my mind, body and spirits. Having William by my side is a great source of comfort and reassurance too, as is the love, support and kindness that has been shown by so many of you. It means so much to us both. We hope that you'll understand that as a family, we now need some time, space and privacy while I complete my treatment.
The United Nations Security Council failing to pass a resolution calling for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza as part of a hostage deal after Russia and China vetoed the measure proposed by the United States. The resolution called for an immediate and sustained ceasefire lasting roughly 6 weeks that would protect civilians and allow for the delivery of humanitarian assistance. U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations Linda Thomas-Greenfield condemned the move.
And a permanent member of this council can't even condemn it. I'm sorry, it's really outrageous, and it's below the dignity of this body. But once again, Russia put politics over progress. Russia, who has carried out an unprovoked war on its neighbor, has the audacity and the hypocrisy to throw stones when it lives in a glass house itself. So let's be honest, for all the fiery rhetoric, we all know that Russia and China are not doing anything diplomatically to advance a lasting peace or to meaningfully contribute to the humanitarian response effort.
Canada plans to reduce its temporary residents and set a cap on temporary immigration for the first time ever. Immigration Minister Mark Miller says it's the latest government effort to address a housing shortage and stretched essential services. In recent years, Canada has seen a sharp rise in international students, foreign workers, and other temporary residents who come to the country on time-limited visas. The government wants to reduce temporary residents to 5% of the total population over the next 3 years. And Suriname's Court of Justice rejected an appeal by ex-President Desi Bouterse and his 4 co-convicts who sought to suspend their lengthy jail terms after they had been convicted of murder. In its judgment, the court said their scope was too limited to deal with the substantive handling of the complaint, and the appeal was therefore rejected. 78-year-old Bouterse, whose whereabouts remain a mystery after he failed to keep his scheduled appointment to report to the prison, had been sentenced to 20 years in jail last December. Interpol has issued a red notice against Bouterse. Still to come in our news, Team Bahamas has its first practice at the Betty Kelly Kennings Aquatic Center. We've got the details from that practice. And then in our news at 7:30, the boating community is speaking out amid a shift in registration laws. And the Free National Movement scrutinizes the Prime Minister's travel as he wraps up a state visit to Botswana. That's coming up when our news returns.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business.
Welcome back to our news. Known as the father of the nation, Sir Lyndon Oscar Pindling was born in Mason's Addition in Nassau. Plus, Tatum Falls, commonly known as the 66 Steps, was officially opened by Sir Cecil Wallace Whitfield in 1967. For all of the details that shaped the day that was March 22nd, be sure to visit our website and social media pages. That's ournews.bs and the Our News Bahamas Facebook page. For the very first time in several months, members of the 2024 Carifta team took to their home pool at the Betty Kelly Kennings Aquatic Center. Our News had exclusive access to that practice. Our Sasha Lightborn was there and fills us in.
It feels great to be back. We've been out of it for quite some time now, but it's really good to be back.
It felt really good, to be honest. The pool feels like the same pool that it was before, and we all feel pretty good and fast in it, so that's good.
Both David Singh and Al DeBurge were on the 2023 Carifta Aquatics team that took the Bahamas' championships to a 5th consecutive win. And according to them, the pool at the Betty Kelly Kenning Aquatic Center feels good. They say getting back in the BKK pool puts the team in a position to get the country its 6th consecutive title.
I'm very confident. This is a strong team, and we'll make Bahamas proud once again.
I'm 100% confident. We're going to do so well, and we're going to do it as a team, and it's going to be so fun.
Also on hand for the team's first practice was General Manager at the National Sports Authority, Moses Johnson, who admitted that the $5 million upgrades was an arduous task.
At this point, it's all about the kids, and we wanted to see the kids get into the pool, and we just have a sense of jubilation right now to see them swimming and preparing, because we know that they're going for a 6th straight win here at Carifta Aquatics. And there's a great transformation done here at the Betty Kelly Kenning Aquatic Complex, and we're looking forward to the public coming and seeing the work done.
I also spoke to assistant coach Cameron Bruni and head coach Trevana McPhee.
The kids came with good energy. They're excited to be back in the pool, as are we as coaches as well.
It was my anticipation that we would not be in here until next week. So, getting in there a couple of days earlier, really, give the team a little more confidence, getting familiar back with the blocks, the turns, and just the environment itself. So very pleased to be back here.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Sasha Lightborn.
Thanks, Asha. To watch that story again and for all of today's top stories, be sure to visit ournews.bs. Well, that does it for our news live at 7. Joining us now is our Italia Hall with the latest headlines. Italia.
Well, Ken, well, not Ken. I am so sorry, Berthany. I started it off already. Berthany, thank you so much for being here. I know you're filling in for Ken, but it's a Friday and it's TGIF. I'm so sorry. But what plans do you have this weekend? I know we're expected to have some rough weather this weekend.
Well, with the weather, my plan is to stay home.
Okay, well, it's my son's birthday, so...
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Saint.
Cake?
Yeah, cake, ice cream, no party. He's still young. But, you know, things are going to be a bit tough this weekend, so we'll stay in and probably celebrate next weekend. All right? Thanks so much, Berthany. Well, coming up, the boat registration amendment bill passed in the House of Assembly this week. We have public reaction, plus the opposition leader clarifies his frustration with the frequency of the Prime Minister's travels. Here are your latest headlines. Public reaction first tonight on Our News Live at 7:30. Voters weighing in on the boat registration amendment bill. We have the full story straight ahead. Plus, the leader of the Free National Movement clapping back at Prime Minister Philip Davis following a tweet on the platform X. Hear why he says the Prime Minister travels too frequently. Also, the Royal Bahamas Police Force implementing new technology that will assist with crime-fighting efforts across the country. But first, agencies unite. Officers in the Northern Bahamas and the Social Services Department conducting a walkabout in the city of Freeport. Our News Live at 7:30 is back in a moment.
Cars on the road. But isn't it time you drive one? Easy Car Sales invites you to experience the smooth, powerful ride and immerse yourself in the luxury and latest tech features. Find out why the Bahamas is going electric. Visit easy242.com and book your test drive now. What are you waiting for? Save money, drive smarter. There's an EV waiting for you at Easy Car Sales.
Bahamas Power and Light Company Limited looks forward to helping our customers eliminate wasted energy. Energy conservation is the decision and practice of using less energy. Energy efficiency means using less energy to perform the same task, unplugging appliances not in use. That's energy conservation. Replacing an old refrigerator, washing machine with a new model, adding insulation to the attic and walls of a home. That's energy efficiency. People conserve to gain more control over their energy bill and to reduce demand on the Earth's natural resources. Take this journey with us as we build for better. BPL.
At the gateway to the Americas, on the picturesque island of Grand Bahama, a pioneering initiative is taking shape. Lucaya Solar Power Limited presents the $15 million Lucaya Solar Power Project, the first of its kind in the Bahamas' energy landscape. The state-of-the-art solar farm on the Fairfield and Devon sites spans just over 30 acres, and once completed, will harness the power of the sun to generate over 9.5 megawatts of clean, sustainable energy. The Lucaya Solar Project is a pivotal step towards diversifying the country's energy sources and significantly reducing dependency on fossil fuels. It's more than just a project. It's a commitment to a greener, more sustainable future. Lucaya Solar Power Limited, powered by INTI. Powering your world, powering your future.
Welcome to Our News. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Italia Hall. Recent debate on the boat registration amendment bill has stirred waves of controversy, but how do boaters feel about it? Well, we spoke to a few today and have their reactions. Our Berthany McDermott reports.
The Boat Registration Amendment Bill 2024 that was passed in the House of Assembly on Wednesday is aimed at enhancing safety and oversight in the boating industry. It mandates that boat owners have a comprehensive insurance policy and outlines inspection requirements and registration fees. Under the amendments, every boat must be inspected by the New Providence Port Authority and owners must provide record of crew training and boat maintenance before registration. Our news team spoke to boaters who welcomed the changes, calling them long overdue.
I understand that it's important. The insurance is always important, because it covers us. If anything happens, it's not going to come out of our pockets. The insurance is going to cover it.
This boater says this does not affect her company in any way.
Every year, Yellowtail Charters is insured, inspected,
and follow the government rules. So for me, it won't affect me and my crew. Everyone have their license. My mates are certified with their certificates that they need.
Meanwhile, some boaters feel authorities should be focused on the bad apples.
Some Bahamians, they don't have it, So if they don't have it, what they're going to do? They're still going to run uninsured, and then if something happens to them, then there's no coverage for them.
A lot of these out here are not registered. I can't say who, and I'm pinpointing nobody, but the Port Authority need to get out on the water and do their job.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Berthany McDermott.
Well, leader of the Free National Movement, Michael Pintard, sounded off on Prime Minister Philip Davis following his recent tweet on the platform X, formerly called Twitter. The Prime Minister said the opposition leader was invited to Botswana but declined. Prime Minister Philip Davis also said his job includes promoting and standing up for the Bahamas. Pintard responding to the tweet, asking the Prime Minister if he sent the tweet from first class. In an exclusive interview with Our News in Grand Bahama on Thursday afternoon, Pintard says the issue is not about traveling, it's about how often the Prime Minister travels and the size of the delegation that accompanies him.
We understand the Prime Minister traveled by private jet. Secondly, we understand the delegation is at least 22. We estimate that this trip could have cost somewhere in the vicinity of $500,000. And given the challenges we face with the healthcare system, the shortage of medication in clinics throughout the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, the shortage or absence of diagnostic equipment that can save lives, why would you make this kind of choice to spend the people's money on the heel of having spent $200,000 to go to an award ceremony that has very little to do with governance in the Bahamas?
Pintard also addressed the concerns surrounding the purchase of a brand new 2024 BMW 7 Series by the Office of the Prime Minister. Pintard says there's been several versions of the story by government.
Now, the most recent version of this story is an attempt to implicate the former Prime Minister, Mr. Ingram, who clearly has no idea about this $300,000 that the government is talking about. And we know that Mr. Ingram is a straight shooter and clearly has denied that. And so, again, the government has a tremendous credibility problem in simply explaining what would have motivated them to not only spend this amount of money on this car, but the amount of money they spent in 2022 on another car that they should still be using.
While the Ministry of Social Services and the Royal Bahamas Police Force Northern Division teaming up for a walkabout in their inner city communities in Freeport on Thursday, the group went door to door to visit several residents. The purpose to find out the various needs of the community and if they are being met, as well as if there are any other concerns in the area. Ave King, a Case 8 worker at the Social Services Department, spoke about her role in the community, while Pastor Patricia Bodie, a resident of Redwood Lane for some 43 years, applauded the group for the visit.
We assist persons who are in need of monthly food assistance, emergency food assistance, rental assistance, financial assistance in a myriad of areas such as power, water, eyewear and such, medical needs and such as that.
It's a good thing this morning to see all of the police officers combining together and walking the streets. It's a good thing. It's a very good day, especially for Redwood Lane, Limewood Lane, Carifta Street, and in all the areas in the neighboring area. It's a very good thing.
Leader of the Free National Movement, Michael Pintard, also taking part. He says it's great when agencies work together.
The crisis that we believe many communities are facing, it's bigger than any political party, than the member of parliament, or the agencies that service the community. But to the extent that we are able to cooperate, we increase the chance of solving a lot of the issues that affect our people. And those issues include food insecurity. Persons are struggling week to week to get healthy foods on the table. Rent assistance is a massive problem. A number of persons move more than once per year.
New technology on the way for the Royal Bahamas Police Force as the entity continues to search for new ways to fight crime. In April, police will reveal several crime-fighting tools and upgrades that seek to ease police operations and provide assistance where manpower alone is not sufficient. Police Commissioner Clayton Fernandez.
You will see all of our technology, which includes short spotter, CCTV, our vehicles that are used, and what you see in the front of me. There will be a new unit added, our drone unit. We are looking to highlight our CCTV, our short spotter, our computers that are in our vehicle that are being outfitted at this time.
The commissioner believes these assets are tried and proven in the fight.
It is working for us. It assisted us in a number of our investigation that you see has been put before the court. It could work, and it will work for us. So I'm looking for an exciting time between the 8th of the 10th so that the members of the public could know that what their Royal Bahamas Police Force have to offer in this fight against crime.
Well, temperatures cooling down in the capital on this Friday as weather conditions begin to decline. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is in the Weather Center with your first look at weather. Greg.
Yeah, thanks, Natalia, and welcome everybody for a quick check on conditions outside our studios and around the islands. It's mostly cloudy outside and it is breezy. Your winds are out of the east-southeast at 20 miles per hour, so it's very windy outside. Temperature is at 77 and it feels like a comfortable but warm 76 on the outside. Satellite radar composite showing a whole lot of showers and embedded thunderstorms moving across the Florida area. All that is spreading across the northwest Bahamas. Some of that affected the Andros area earlier, as well as the Berry Islands. Grand Bahama, you getting in on a lot of the action. This is round one that we're experiencing right now. Round two, and it's the second line that's going to be coming through us tonight to tomorrow. So we're looking at some more showers in the forecast through the weekend. That's a quick check on conditions around the island. Stick with us. So look at your weekend forecast. Is still to come.
Still to come on Our News, Inspire Her. The Cable Bahamas group of companies hosting a sunset soiree with Seek to Empower, Elevate, and Enrich Women. Our Daniel Miller has a story coming up, plus a physician of faith, a Bahamian doctor pouring into the lives of young women across the world. We have her candid story straight ahead. And later, we introduce you to the country's latest spelling bee champ that's now preparing for the Scripps National Spelling Bee. And that's all coming up when Our News returns.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
It's Women's History Month, and that means a launch of programs to empower elevate and enrich women. Inspire Her is one of those innovative events being led by the Cable Bahamas group of companies. The annual event is held in October, but organizers say it's become so big that they hosted a sunset soiree with a special guest speaker. Our Daniel Miller reports.
Cable Bahamas group of companies is staying committed to their challenge to inspire her. Recently, the company hosted a sunset soiree at Bahamas Eco Museum with guest speaker, aerospace engineer and entrepreneur Aisha Bowe. The goal of the event was to create a comfortable environment for women to unwind, network, and simply be inspired.
So it's just about female empowerment. We just want to make sure that we bring it forth to make sure people know that, hey, like we're here, we empower our women, especially in tech. And we also sponsor our girls in ITC as well.
A major sponsor of the event was RBC. They decided to come on board because they feel spaces like these are needed amongst women, no matter the background.
It's all about uplifting, supporting, and empowering women. And we have a number of women here tonight. And of course, I would be remiss if I do not mention Aisha Bowe, who is an aerospace engineer, who's done a remarkable job as an entrepreneur and just a woman, a Bahamian woman. And so we look forward tonight to really just, I think there's some sipping pain that will be going on.
Speaker Aisha Bowe echoed the sentiments. She says society is still trying to wrap their minds around seeing women in certain roles. Still, she says the limitation of how others perceive you should not deter your passion.
I'm committed to challenging people to break boundaries. As someone who never thought that I would be here, let alone graduate with 2 degrees in aerospace engineering or run a business, I think it's important to have intimate conversations with women about the future and their role in shaping it.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Danielle Miller.
All right, thanks so much, Danny. Well, a Bahamian doctor is making strides in the city of Miami Gardens. Dr. Tamonia Sands is a medical doctor, but not only is she a physician in the medical field, but a physician of faith. Her focus is mentoring young women through her organization, Women Breaking Forth Global Corporation, that's been in existence for some 14 years. Dr. Sands says the mantra of her organization is to enrich, empower, and educate women into their divine purpose. She also shares why it is her passion to pour into the lives of others.
Mentoring is important, and I believe that a lot of women have ideas, they have dreams, they have visions, but they don't know the direction to go. And then there are some who have no clear-cut idea at all as to what direction. They don't even know the gift that God has put in them. But if they are connected to someone who can see what God has placed in them and provide them and equip them with the tools and the necessary things in order to succeed, that is kind of what I'm passionate about.
As the world recognizes Women's History Month, she's encouraging women who may feel discouraged to connect with someone who can help them find their purpose in life.
There are a lot of ministries and organizations that are catering specifically to women. But if you could just get that desire on the inside of you, maybe you can find someone in your church. Maybe you can find someone on the job. Just find someone who has that heart and that desire to really just pour into your life and shift the trajectory and the direction of your life.
When Our News comes back from the break, our Marlena Leonard speaks with the country's latest spelling bee champ. That's now preparing for the Scripps National Spelling Bee in the U.S.
Coming up in sports, more from spring training in Arizona, and Carifta athletes from Grand Bahama receive corporate support.
And gloomy skies outside the Capitol on this Friday evening. Greg is back with your weather details when Our News continues. Stay with us.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
This is our news. Welcome back. Bahamian minor league baseball players join new teams in another postseason award for basketball player VJ Edgecombe. Here now with Our Sports presented by 10th year seniors is Ronaldo Dorset. Ronaldo?
Thanks, Natalia, and welcome to Our Sports presented by 10th year seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Let's do show. Continuing our spring training coverage from Arizona, we turn the spotlight on some veteran faces in new places. Chavez Young and Lucius Fox are with new clubs this season and are looking to work their way onto the big league roster. Young opted for free agency last offseason and signed with the Milwaukee Brewers. He will begin this season at the AAA level with the Nashville Sound.
It was cool, being able to meet the coaching staff with the Milwaukee Brewers. They're really good, cool, and just being able to have a coaching staff that lets you be confident that you belong here and just to be able to be you and just to do your thing. That's really important.
Fox signed a free agent deal with the Chicago White Sox in February, the 5th team of his MLB career. He was assigned to the AAA Charlotte Knights.
I've been playing this game for a long time. It's the same game that I fell in love with when I was 7 years old. Nothing has changed. It's just a bigger stage, brighter lights, but experience has definitely played a factor in this, and it's made me more prepared each and every year.
The Grand Bahama Port Authority continued its contribution to the development of youth athletes in Grand Bahama and made a substantial donation to both the Carifta aquatics and athletic teams preparing for competition next weekend.
Carifta Games are the most competitive junior championships in the world. And whether some of you go on to become Olympic champions or get a full scholarship to the best universities in America, this is where it all starts.
For the second consecutive year, VJ Edgecombe was named the Gatorade High School Player of the Year for the state of New York. The 5-star Baylor commit was also named one of 3 finalists for the National Play of the Year. Edgecombe led Lehigh to a 21-4 record, averaging just over 17 points per game. Earlier this week, he was also named to Team World for the Nike Hoop Summit in April. Updating Bahamians in the NCAA tournament, Frederick King and the Creighton Blue Jays defeated Sammy Hunter and the Akron Zips 77-60 in the opening round. AJ Storr and the Wisconsin Badgers will face James Madison tonight at 9:40 p.m. in their opening round matchup. It's Friday, so that means it's time for the 10YS Plays of the Week. At number 5, we're not here to judge His Excellency's vertical, but let's just say we'll celebrate every time he gets a dunk. Number 4, Ryan Reckley puts a charge into this one for his first homer of the spring. We go to the D2 Swimming Championships for number 3. Lamar Taylor touches the wall first in the 100 free for the 5th national title of his career. Coming in at number 2 for the Miami Marlins. Seems like baseball is better when the clubhouse is fun. Someone show this to David Sampson. At number 1, 71% of the earth is covered by water. The rest is covered by Ferron Charlton. I learned something in geography. That's it for Our Sports. This is 10th year seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Yes, I know Kentucky lost in the first round. No, I don't want to talk about it. Ever. Back to the studio.
Still ahead on our news tonight, our Marlena Leonard talks with the country's latest spelling bee champion that's now preparing for the Scripps National Spelling Bee.
plus heavy rainfall expected as of tonight. In the capital, Greg is back in the Weather Center with more details when our news continues.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
You've seen electric cars on the road, but isn't it time you drive one? Easy Car Sales invites you to experience the smooth, powerful ride and immerse yourself in the luxury and latest tech features. Find out why the Bahamas is going electric. Visit easy242.com and book your test drive now. What are you waiting for? Save money, drive smarter. There's an EV waiting for you at Easy Car Sales.
Bahamas Power and Light Company Limited looks forward to helping our customers eliminate wasted energy. Energy conservation is
Welcome back to our news. We're off to a gloomy start on this Friday as we can expect some tough weather conditions beginning tonight. Greg is back in the Weather Center with your extended forecast. Greg.
Yeah, thanks, Natalia, and welcome back, everybody, for our final check of weather. An unsettled weather pattern is setting up for us. A lot of showers and thunderstorms with a complex system that's moving across the Florida area and spreading across us. Showers and thunderstorms, some of those showers will be locally heavy. Thunderstorms will be strong to severe, so we're expecting some very strong conditions and some unsettled conditions across us. Strong winds, gale warnings in place for the northwest Bahamas, and some very strong winds expected across the central and southeastern islands, so that prompts us to keep warnings out for boaters, beachgoers. We're asking you to remain in port and remain out of the water because this system is going to continue to affect us through tomorrow. And of course, there's a possibility for some flooding. We also have the possibility for some waterspout as well as some isolated tornadic activity. So we want you to be aware of all of that that's going to be taking place. Future forecast, this is a setup. Showers and thunderstorms moving across the Florida area right now, and that's going to continue to spread across our area. That's round number one. Then there's a second round that's going to be coming by tomorrow. So we're looking at some showers and thunderstorms continuing through at least tomorrow night, and then we expect the system to be pulling out towards the east and away from us with some residual showers hanging around for us. Boating forecast. Gale warnings for the northwest Bahamas. Boaters, we're asking you to remain in port. South to southwest winds 20 to 25 knots. They will be gusting up to gale force, so you're looking at 30 knot winds plus 5 to 8 foot seas, but very large swells out there, so we expect seas to be up to 12 feet. Offshore, high tide will be at 7:20 tonight, low tide at 1:29 in the morning. Central and southeast Bahamas, conditions much the same as well. Boaters, we're asking you to remain in port, but southeast is southerly flow, 15 to 25 knots. Sea is very rough, 5 to 8 feet, and they will be locally higher offshore. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In the extended forecast, an unsettled weather pattern continuing up for us through Saturday. We expect conditions to start improving by late Saturday night into Sunday, so we're looking at conditions gradually improving for the early part of next week. Temperatures will take a slight dip, but we expect much improved conditions for the early part of next week. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night. Have a great weekend, everybody.
All right, thanks so much, Greg. Well, it's been nearly 1 week since a winner was crowned at the 27th Annual Bahamas National Spelling Bee. And while it's only been a few days since the big win, the new champion will soon head to the Scripps National Spelling Bee in the U.S. to represent the Bahamas. Our Marlena Leonard has this report.
12-year-old Lyford Key International student Arav Balani won the 27th Annual Bahamas National Spelling Bee last weekend. He tells us,
"It felt very great, and I was very excited when I won the spelling bee. And of course, I felt like I have a lot more preparation to do for Scripps."
Scripps refers to the annual Scripps National Spelling Bee held in the United States. The 7th grader tells us how one prepares for a spelling bee may not be what you'd expect.
Well, spelling's not really about memorizing the words, because that can only get you that far. Spelling's more about learning roots and prefixes and suffixes and the parts of speech, languages of origins. Afternoons, I often practice with my coach, Miss Julie Stein, and I also practice at home.
And he says he couldn't have done it without his support team.
Ever since I was really young, my parents have always been there. They've helped me and always pushed me to be the best I can be. And also when I first came to Lyford, my first coach, Miss Katina Seymour, even though she's left for now, she really helped me and inspired me to do better.
4-time Bahamas National Spelling Bee champion Roy Siegelman, also a Lyford Key International School student, tied for 4th place in the 93rd Scripps competition back in 2021. Balani had this to say when we asked how his practice may change leading up to the famous competition.
I'd still have to practice a lot, but I'd probably meet more with my coach and just practice a lot of different words at home. I'm super excited and just a little bit nervous because I've never been there before, but I hope I'll do good.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Marlena Leonard.
All right, excellent news. Thanks so much, Marlena. And with that, we thank you for joining us for our news tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Natalia Hall. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening.